Mills Fleet Farm presents John Gillespie's Waters and Woods. Mills Fleet Farm is your fishing headquarters.
Welcome to John Gillespie's Waters and Woods. We're in Hayward, Wisconsin, fishing with the Mainas.
Hey, John Gillespie! Hey, John
Just a big, beautiful fish.
Oh, is that awesome? Holy moly! Oh my God! Look at the size of that walleye, Danny! Look at the size of that fish. Yes, folks, back up in the Hayward area, it's May 15th, and for many, many years, I came up to fish with you this time of year, and we kind of skipped the last 4 years. But this is...
4 years?
It's been 4 years, but tell the folks a little bit about Hayward spring fishing. It's kind of a grab bag, isn't it?
Well, there's a little bit of everything. And like all across northern Wisconsin, you know, we got all different sized lakes. We had a real late spring this year, so we had some small lakes that got off just before the opener, and the real big lakes didn't actually open up until 4 or 5 days after. So we've got much cooler water temps than normal. We basically have no weed growth, a little bit of new stuff starting. We'll try rocks, we'll try wood, we'll try old weeds.
What I like is walleye, northern pike, crappie, bass, and guess what? You know, we'll introduce them a little bit later on, but we got the return of a special guest by popular demand, Tec Mania, who was suspended from the show for reeling too slow.
Was that the...
Yeah, he's back in the boat.
That's good, because I'm really getting tired of people bothering me about it. Thank God, I won't have to hear it anymore.
And we got Blake with us too.
We have Blake?
We'll catch something, right?
Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, hey folks, we'll show what we're using and how we're using it, all of that coming up right after this.
You can't choose the weather, but you can choose to dress for it. Introducing Blackfish Performance Wear for the ultimate sun protection and cooling comfort. Using chemical-free cooling technology, our Shade and Eclipse series is designed with unique fabric to wick moisture away, as well as create pockets for air to keep you cool. Whether on the boat or on the dock, choose Blackfish, because you can choose the weather. Blackfishgear.com.
Show your pride for the red, white, and blue with Americana t-shirts from Mills Fleet Farm. $4.99 each for him, her, and the kids. The Charbroil Performance 4-burner gas grill is perfect for big family cookouts. $169.99. And quench your thirst with refreshing Ice Mountain bottled water. Stock up with 24 packs. Get 3 for only $9.99. Now at Fleet Farm.
From the makers of the best-selling Yamaha Grizzly and Kodiak 700 comes the all-new Kodiak 450, the world's only midsize ATV with Yamaha-proven off-road capability, all-day comfort, and confidence-inspired performance. The all-new Kodiak 450, starting at just $59.99.
Hey, welcome back, folks.
It's the day.
Well, that was quick.
How many casts?
First cast.
No, are you serious?
Yep. Oh,
We're not even...
What do we got here?
Well, we got a
little
pikeroo.
northern pikeroo here.
it's just a little one.
Well, I'll tell you what, Tex likes
Not
those.
bad for a first cast.
Tex likes those little ones, Blake.
Yeah, we'll keep the little ones.
On that Google.
Yeah, and that's a smoker
Google.
right,
Who's
or
Google?
pickler right
Google
there.
Eye.
Oh, the Google of the jig. Okay. You want this text
Oh,
for
yeah.
pickling?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, nice hook set, Tex.
Yeah, did you like that?
I loved it. Now remember, you got to reel a little faster.
Ooh, nice
Oh,
walleye.
God.
Nice walleye.
Unless it's a walleye. If it's a walleye, man,
I can go
I already saw it. It's a nice walleye.
Tex has
You
got.
don't want me to rush, do you?
Yeah, it's a half-hour show. Way to go, Tex Maina. Hey, hold that one up for the folks at home to see, Tex. That's a beautiful fish.
Yes, it is.
And I want to tell you something about Tec Mania. We got the fancy boats, we got the fancy jigs and the fancy plastics, and what do you use?
A minnow.
A jig and a minnow. Hold that up. That's a beautiful walleye right there, buddy.
Yes, it is.
Was that your first cast on this
That
spot?
was my first cast. Yes, it was.
Now remember, you were suspended for reeling too slow, but you did better there.
Oh, I was a little bit slow right below the boat.
No, I'm just teasing you. Is that an eater right there?
They're all eaters, John.
I know they are, but I actually,
Yes, it is.
Size-wise, I think that one could be
That
an eater.
one is an eater.
well, Pete, that's 2 little pike and a nice walleye to start a day. We should mention what we're doing, folks. Pete's using the Humminbird, both the mega imaging and just looking at the down scan to find the weeds, and that's what you look for this time of year. And I'm starting out with just a jig and a Kalin's grub, and as we said before, Tex is using the old plain jig and the minnow. But in this type of water, Pete, you can use a lot of different type baits, can't you?
We've got real shallow water available, as shallow as 4 feet, and we've got 18 feet off the other side, so we can cover everything and search for fish, crankbait, plastic, and of course Tex has his minnow.
Well, let's see. Oh, hey, we're multi-species
Yeah,
day.
we're bassing. I lost either a muskie or a northern here a little while ago.
Broke you off, right?
Yeah, cut me right off. But these are supposed to be bass baits, these Livingston crankbaits, so I guess this is what it's supposed to do.
Now, you've caught a lot of walleyes on that bait, too.
Yeah, this particular one, this Jerkmaster, I've caught literally everything. It's been a really good walleye bait as well.
Now, does that-
Oddly, last year I caught a lot of crappies on it, of
Really?
all things. Yeah. What do you think?
Well, I got one on the Kalins now, and that looks like a nice walleye, too, Pete.
Oh, really good.
Yep. Ooh, yeah. Man, I'll tell you what, folks. Whoa, this is fun, man. Oh, yeah, that's a nice walleye. Look at him, Pete.
You're reeling it in way too fast, though, John.
Well, I know, but we're going to be catching a lot of fish here. Oh, there we go. Blake. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I just actually, he just almost popped out there. Now that Tex 2 is another, unfortunately, a releaser for,
Oh, no. Not
Yeah.
another releaser.
Yeah, that one's a releaser, and that was on that jerko that I love so much, that Kalin's jerk minnow. But Pete, these are gorgeous fish. I mean, these are just
they really are, John.
really beautiful walleyes. Now, Tex,
look at Tex muscle that fish right into the net.
Tex, come on, it's a half-hour show, dude. I don't want you getting suspended again. Look at that walleye. Whoa. Come on, Tex, come on, dude. Whoa. Well, at least we only have to catch 2 fish to make a half-hour show. Nice job there, Blake. Good job there. Yeah, way to go, Blake. Tex, that one might be too big to keep. What do you think, Pete?
I think he could let that one go.
All right,
Too
let's
big to
have him
keep.
do it. Now, that is a beautiful walleye, buddy, but we're going to wait for Pete to make the call as to whether we catch or release. Keep or release.
That's release. That's release.
Now, do you feel sad when you have to release a walleye?
Terrible.
No, but hey, that is interesting though, buddy. We've caught the bass and the pike on the artificials and the walleyes on the jig and minnow,
Yeah.
Yep.
So far.
Okay.
Hey, what
Nice
do you got there, Pete?
Nice walleye on a crankbait.
Grab
John.
the Frable back here. Grab the net, Blake. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is.
Blake, are you gonna help me?
Well, she's.
Help, Blake, help! Hey, we got him.
Hey,
Boy, did
I'll tell you. Ooh, that's a gorgeous fish.
he just ate that Livingston.
I
first.
love fishing plastics, but I don't know if there's anything more exciting, a more exciting way to catch a walleye than on a crankbait.
Look at
Pete?
that.
Oh,
You
he
see
just smoked that, man. That's a beautiful fish. And for folks that don't know, we do use those Livingston lures a lot for muskies, and they actually have an electronic bait sound system in it, right, Pete?
Yeah, every lure has its own battery and sound system in there, so
Well,
it's kind of a real neat, unique thing. And this fish did hit on the paws.
right?
Yeah, just absolutely hammered it. I really thought it was a pike. I was very surprised when I saw a
catching
walleye.
walleyes on crankbaits in the daytime is pretty cool.
It is cool. That was fun.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a heck of a strike.
Is that a Tex fish or a releaser?
I don't know. It's probably a little, Texas got a lot of northerns. I think he's got a fish
he's got
too,
one back
Ryan. You
here.
better turn around. Texas got one.
Well, I'll tell you, this is interesting, though. Blake, we're going to need your net back here, too. Don't throw that one back yet, Pete. If this is a walleye, I want to get a picture. Oh, this is a nice fish. Oh, Texarini, I love the sight of those fish. Oh, Blake in that net. Nice job there, Tex. Hey, you know what? all the years I've fished with you, I got to give you some credit. You are a heck of a jig fisherman.
Well, thank you.
And you know, I don't know if people realize how many years you guided for how many years.
Oh, God, longer than that.
Yeah, a long time ago. But wait till you see this. We're going to hold these two up together, folks. I mean, those are gorgeous walleyes.
Yeah,
anywhere you go.
These are nice fish.
Now, I want to talk just quickly about that Livingston lure, and I'll tell you what, I've become a believer on that, and they've got a little bit of a noise system. It's called EBS, right?
Yeah, EBS, electronic baitfish sounds, John. So essentially, this is a kind of a shad pattern here, so that will emit a distress signal of that type of baitfish. So that's what it's doing.
Oh, what are you doing?
I'm catching a fish.
I know you're catching a boy. You've been hot today, haven't you, buddy?
Oh, when you're good sometimes.
Ooh, this one, I hate to tell you, this one might be too big to eat, too. Yeah, there's another beautiful walleye, Tex. And the coloring on these fish, Pete, is really gorgeous. You know that? The coloring on these fish is just really beautiful. And
It is, yeah.
I don't know, you know what? What do you think? Could he have this one?
Well, it's kind of on a borderline scale.
Yeah? Well, what do you think?
Tex?
Ah, you got another one going there,
I
huh?
got a fish going, John. Well, let's see what we got here.
Should mention to the folks, we've had quite a wind shift here.
Yeah, I got a
Cool down.
walleye.
Nice walleye. Yeah, look at that. I love those Jason Mitchell rods for walleyes, man. Oh,
She's
another
got 'em.
nice fish, though, man.
I'll tell you what, that's pretty impressive on a crankbait. That is fun.
Yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to have to switch. I mean,
Yeah.
seriously, especially when you get towards later in the day like this. But Pete, you know one thing, man, I am so impressed with the average size walleyes that we have caught today.
Yeah.
And, you know, a lot of people say, oh, the walleye fishing isn't as good as Hayward as the old days. Well, I'll tell you what, average size-wise, man, I don't think you get much better than this.
No, there's some nice fish here.
You know, I'm about ready for a Johnsonville, but every other cast you're catching fish, you know.
What I got going
Blake,
on
we
here.
need to, oh! Look at him taking the line
I
out
think
there.
this is a pike.
You know what, though? For a guy to come up and fish, and you know you can only keep a couple of walleyes, that's such a perfect, that's such a, Blake.
Get him, Blake.
That really is such a perfect eating size pike right there, you know?
Yeah.
When we talk about doing the 5-cutter and taking the Y bones out, that's enough fish when you eat
that's-
on there for 2 or 3 people, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's really the right size, John.
We were fishing the lakes of Hayward, Wisconsin, a 5.5-hour drive from Milwaukee, 6.5 hours from Chicago, and 3 hours from Minneapolis.
Excellent. Oh, there's a good one. Awesome.
Beautiful fish.
Look at how he ate that,
He
too.
ate that Google Eye jig.
This is the Google Eye. It's available in a live bait series and then a long hook shank series. And what we did is we took a glass rattle and built it into the middle of the round jig head and just bouncing it. It hits the bottom, that glass rattle's rattling and it's sending off vibration in this dirty water in this river, and that's the result right there.
This one's coming home with me.
Folks, when I head out to fish, I always stock up on my favorite Baitmate fish attractants. Dale, I just put that Baitmate on, man. Baitmate offers a complete line of fish attractants and convenient spray bottles for every angler and every species of fish. They've got your bait covered. I also have the newest Baitmate delivery system in my boat, Baitmate Ultra Live Game Fish Dip. Simply flip open the lid and dip your bait for even application every time, and it's ideal for frequent casting. I just dipped that in the Baitmate, you know that? Improve your chances of catching fish with Baitmate fish attractants. It just makes sense.
First
Well, I'll tell you what, day 2, and again, Blake's going to start our day, and
She's got a walleye.
all right, way to go, Blake.
Hey, Blake, where's the net?
Oh, where's the net? Ooh, that's a nice walleye, Blake.
There we go, Blake.
Blake, now you got to tell the folks what you caught that on.
On the googly.
The Google Eye Jig.
Yep, and a jerk minnow.
All right, way to go. That's a beautiful walleye, Pete.
I know, it's my first cast too.
You know, we should
Well
mention
done.
we had a great day yesterday, folks, as you saw. And this morning,
Come on,
it
get on there.
dawns.
Let go, let go.
It dawns
There we
high
go.
skies and you know, a cold front. But boy, was that her first cast of the day?
Well, that's what I guess I wasn't watching. I'll
was.
trust her. If
Yep.
she says first cast, first cast.
Hey, the back of the boat is going to
Yay,
finally
done.
connect. This feels like a pretty good fish, Pete.
Does it?
Yes, it does.
Can you tell what it is yet?
No, it's fighting like a walleye. If it
Oh.
is a walleye, it's a nice one.
Good.
Now, what we were doing there, we're following kind of a break line here, and Pete and Tex are casting in front, and Pete told me to parallel cast the break line, and that's where that fish was sitting, Pete.
Nice.
And that is a Tex eater. That is an eater, Tex.
Yes, celebration
Yeah.
for Tex.
No, that's so much fun, folks. And you know, Pete was telling me today's May the 15th, and the ice went out on this lake only 5 days ago. These fish are really cold to the touch.
Yep.
We had to switch gears here and try some shallow water fishing for crappies, and you got one, huh?
This was sight fishing. I mean, this fish is real negative, John, just up here warming up, I think. And, but a nice fish, but I literally had to pitch in front of him and tease him into striking.
But that's one thing we should talk about, Pete, because like you said, the ice just went out here 5-6 days ago. The crappie fishing is going to be really, really good in late May, early June.
Yeah, early June should probably be the best this year.
All right, I'm going to come up to the front of the boat. Bring that one in. Bring that one in. That's another beauty, Pete. And you know, the thing is, folks, you're going to fish crappies in the spring. You look for the warmest water that you can find in a lake. And, and if you got weed growth, it's going to hold fish usually, right, Pete?
Yeah, that's for sure. Boy, am I hooking them.
Boy, that's a nice fish, buddy. How big is that, 12?
Yeah, these are 12s, these last couple.
Blake, we're crappie fishing. What are you doing?
I think I got a bass.
I think you do got a bass.
You definitely got a bass.
Well, yeah. Oh, Blake. I think you got strong enough line to flip them in. Let's see.
Here, I can
Oh,
grab.
nicely done. What do you got her throwing there, Pete?
Well, she got a beetle spin.
No, it is
Never
fun.
used one before.
Isn't it kind of fun though, Blake, when we're in these shallow water, you can actually see the fish?
Yeah,
And he hit that hit hard, didn't it?
it did.
All right. I think we found him.
Yeah.
I think we found them.
We
the bass
found
and the crappies together.
Ooh,
Blake's got a
one.
crappie. Oh, Blake
Blake
just
had
missed a
one.
crappie.
That was a nice
Yeah, it
crappie.
was. Now, folks, obviously crappies have kind of paper-thin mouths.
This is a big one. and I
That
already
is a
broke
nice
off one.
fish, Pete. Let's take a look at that guy, buddy. That is a beauty, man. Yeah, look at that. I mean, really. Anywhere
Yeah.
you go in Wisconsin, that is gorgeous.
That is a nice
What are you
fish there.
using, by the way?
One of those Kalin scrubs that I can barely see back in there. Here, we'll show this one on here because I got to dig the other one out. But
That's got two little legs on it
Yep.
and just a 16th ounce jig head.
Yep.
And just, yeah, that's a great bait. Hold
And this
them up
one, this one literally just ate it. I
Wow.
mean, it's way back in there.
Now, Pete's catching the big ones, and I'm catching ones that you can keep, okay?
Them are the ones I like.
Yeah, let him catch all the big ones. I'm working hard trying to get you food.
Boy, I tell you, I really appreciate it, John.
Yeah, now that's an eater.
That is an eater.
Isn't this fun? I mean,
Yeah,
I'll
it
tell
is
you,
fun.
this is, to me, some of the most fun of the year is spring crappie fishing. And even you muskie guys agree with me, right?
Yeah, this is fun. Now here's one that Tex can probably eat, John.
Yep, we're releasing the big fish and throwing back, you know.
Yeah, it's always a good idea to release those bigger ones. Now this is, I don't know, 9-10 incher here.
Well, you know, like I say, man, I'm just catching you eaters.
This is exactly
There you
what-
go. That's an eater. You know, like I say, Pete can catch all the trophies he wants and throw them back. But there's that little scrub, folks, and I just use a bobber and set that about 3 feet, and that little scrub works good. But this is for your wife, Pat. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
She certainly will appreciate
Yep.
it.
And then of course your jerky son up there, he'll throw them all back, you know.
Well,
Are you watching him bite, Pete?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
one, look at how dark that fish is.
Another real nice one here.
Really black. Well, I think I'm gonna have to come into the front of the recon. What do you think?
You can, John. I can back off. I'm just having so
look
much
at that.
fun.
Tex, look at the size of that one there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Tex
that's
doesn't
a
like
beaut.
this one because I'm going to let it go.
Okay. Folks, if you're interested in getting into trolling, you can't beat the price on an Okuma Pro line counter reel this week at Mills Fleet Farm. It's on sale starting today through the week. The price is incredible. Again, an Okuma Pro line counter reel at Mills Fleet Farm. That one was just sitting still, wasn't it?
Yeah, this
Folks,
is a
wait till
big
you see the size of this thing. This is a platypus, man. That is a platypus, Pete.
Holy cow.
Now, unfortunately, Tex is not going to get that one.
Oh,
And you know,
look at this thing.
I got to mention something interesting. I was too lazy
Now
to
that's
change.
a crappie.
Oh my gosh, yes that is. What is that, 13, 14?
That's at least 14, I would say.
Wow, is that a giant, Pete?
Look at the mouth on that thing.
Holy cow. And that again is on, what's that bait called?
Oh, that's still that crappie scrub.
Yeah, hold them up
Kalin's-
next to the mouth of that fish. That is a heck of a bait, and those two little legs wiggle, huh?
Yeah, and it was way in there.
You know, folks, for the last 20 years, Tec Mania has been the #1 taste tester on our show, haven't you?
yes, I have.
Okay, got some good news for you today. I got special edition Firecracker Johnsonville brats. Now, what Johnsonville has done, they've taken their regular brats and infused some really good spicy seasoning into them. And all you gotta do is throw them on the grill, and of course, a day like today, it's beautiful out. We just slow cook them till they're golden brown. Yeah, they're really, really, really good, aren't they?
Firecracker.
Yeah, there you go, folks. Johnsonville Special Edition Firecracker brats. Look for them at your grocer's today. Pretty good, huh? Ooh. Viking Bay Resort and Lodge, your family fun and fishing destination. Located on Lake Miltona, just 2 hours from the Twin Cities or Fargo. Relax on their pristine 400 feet of sandy shoreline. There's 6,000 acres of prime fishing water featuring walleye, bass, panfish, pike, or trophy muskie. I'm falling in love with this Lake Miltona, you know. Viking Bay Resort and Lodge has beautiful cabins just feet from the lake and spacious suites in the lodge. Family, fun, fishing at Viking Bay. Folks, running a big two-stroke engine this year, I've really gotten to rely on the Amsoil HP Marine. This really makes my engine run better, doesn't it, Len?
It does. We do a lot of testing behind the scenes on these particular products, and a couple of the big things to think about is wear protection and detergency. We make sure that there's nothing building up inside that engine. We're also protecting it from wear, because these are the things you don't look at until something happens, so we make sure it doesn't.
And a lot less smoke, right?
Right. That's something that we actually do. We look at trying to produce less smoke. That's one of the major things.
And for more information on both the HP two-stroke and four-stroke Marine, you can go to
Amsoil.com.
Let us make this absolutely clear. The days of wasted casts and missed opportunities are over. New Mega Imaging takes fishing into the megahertz range for the first time. Because higher frequency sonar means higher frequency of this. Without a doubt, it's the most detailed picture of the world below ever. And it's only from Humminbird.
I'm Blake Gillespie, here for Mills Fleet Farm, the ultimate fishing headquarters. If there's one thing I've learned about jig fishing, is that you lose a lot of jigs. And that's why I'm back at Mills Fleet Farm, because of their amazing variety. The one that I love the most is the new Kalin's Google Eye Jig. It has a glass rattle built right into the head of the jig. This noise attracts the fish like crazy. I've caught a ton using it. And that's why I shop at Mills Fleet Farm, because I know they'll have everything I need.
Oh, Tex, Tex, look at this. Look at this in the water. Look at that. That is a giant crappie right there, man. Look at that.
Oh, what a beauty.
Yeah, come on up here. Look at that.
What a beauty.
And that folks, that's not as big as the one Pete caught earlier.
No, but it's pretty nice.
Little Kalin's Crappie Scrub.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's a beautiful fish
That
right
is a
there.
beautiful fish.
I gotta hurt your feelings. Yeah.
I'm getting used to it, though.
Yeah, that one's going back. Tex. Oh, Tex.
Boy, oh boy, that's a beauty.
Look, you know what's interesting, folks? You can tell that these fish just came in from real deep water because they're real dark colored, real black looking.
Yeah, they are.
Aren't they pretty?
Yes, they are.
Well, too bad. That's a throwbacker.
Yeah.
It's now time to announce this week's winners of the Mills Fleet Farm, John Gillespie's Waters and Woods 2018 Fishing Contest.
Brian O'Connor of Mount Prospect caught this 30-inch walleye on the Bay of Green Bay on a Rapella. Lee Olmschunk of Sauk Center, Minnesota caught this 32-inch walleye on Winnipeg Lake on a live target. Patrick Fisher of Newburgh boated this 11-inch crappie on Green Bay. He was using a minnow. Chris Gillespie of Green Bay caught this 38-inch carp on the Bay of Green Bay on a teardrop. And this week's kids winners are Lila Zolkowski of Menominee Falls caught this 33-inch brown trout on Lake Michigan on a Rapella. And Carter Hawbrook of Kenosha caught this 16-inch crappie on Anderson Pond on a crawler.
Remember, get your fishing license at Mills Fleet Farm. Mills Fleet Farm, your fishing gear headquarters.
If you fish, chances are you've used a mustad hook. That's all we use.
Come on, get him in there. Army tank there, Dale. Oh, there is a big boy.
I mean, I just can't believe this, folks.
Oh, let's see him, buddy. Look at that. That 10 seconds, though, makes a big difference, buddy. Well, that one is a gorgeous fish.
Is that pushing 3?
It's 3. We're going to weigh it.
Mustad, the world's largest manufacturer of fishing hooks. Get the point? We did.
The future of boating is here. Now, get all the thrilling performance of an Evinrude Tec G2 in the new 150, 175, and 200 horsepower.
Bass fishing's fun, but half of these tournaments is like a boat race, trying to beat everybody down the lake. And with that Evinrude E-Tech G2, it's like driving a Corvette. That thing is passing everybody.
All the best-in-class torque of the Evinrude E-Tech G2 is now available from 150 to 300 horsepower.
This is a whole other level. The G2 is awesome.
To learn more, visit evinrude.com.
Hey, look at that. Hey, you know what? I want to thank you for a really good 2 days of fishing. You know that, buddy?
Yes.
We sure killed them.
We had a very good trip, John.
Hold yours up. Let's see whose is bigger. Mine is bigger.
Oh, mine's better, though.
Yeah, no, but thanks, buddy. Had a great time and really good to see you. All right?
Yes.
And folks, that is our show for today. Please join us next week. I don't know where we're going to fish at. We'll find a place somewhere. Until then, I'm John Gillespie, hoping to see you enjoying John Gillespie's Waters and Woods.
Hey, John Gillespie. Hey, John Gillespie!